should have watched video 1 and you should have your drawing, something similar to this. For the hair, notice that I didn't color anything in. I just kind of drew a basic outline, basic shape of how my hair sits on my head. So before we start to add value and shading, we want to clean some areas up. So I'm going to erase these things inside of my hair. And then I'm going to start to darken areas so that my face starts to appear 3D. The first thing that I'm going to start with is the eyes. Boys, girls, doesn't matter. Eyes are always very dark. It's almost as if we're putting eyeliner on so that they stand out and they recede backwards in the face. The iris is the colored part or the center of the eye. I want to give myself a pupil. I like to leave a spot for a reflection in my eye. Notice the reflection is on the right in both eyes. It should always be in the same location. It's where the light source is coming from. I can kind of smooth them, blend them, and then I can add that reflection back in by using my eraser. From there, I can come in and create my eyelid. I can work on my eyebrows, and because the eyebrows are hair, I want to draw lines showing the way that those hairs move in my eyebrows. Here I'm not going to see much because my hair is actually covering it. The mouth is also one of the darker areas of the face. So I'm going to outline where the upper and the lower lip connect. And I want to kind of shade up and out. Think about the mouth project that we did. Even though we worked with color, we still practiced using these lines to help show the shape and the movement of the upper and lower lip. The nose, my nostrils are going to be darker. And then when I create the shadow on my nose, I don't work with the tip of the pencil, I work with it on its side to start to pull some value coming in and working away from the nose. And it does look very liney, hairy, kind of strange. Come in. You don't necessarily want to create bags under the eyes, but I want that darker area, that shadow in there. And then I can use my finger and I can start to blend. And this starts to create some of that movement needed to show the curvature and the shape of the face. If you've ever put sunblock on, it's kind of like that motion that you use when you put the sunblock. You come down your nose and you kind of rub out over your cheekbone. That's kind of the motion you want to use when you are blending your value coming in off of the nose. Underneath in here, we have that septum. It's those kind of lines that are created, and it connects the nose to the mouth. So I just kind of get this curved shadow coming down towards my mouth again. I can kind of blend it out, and if I want to accent those lines, I can erase to clean them up. The chin, got some curvature in here, so I want to create that again. Just blending it with my finger and the pencil starts to create that shape. Now the chin and the neck, we need to show separation. The chin moves forward, so because it moves forward, it should be lighter. The neck is behind and under, so it should become darker. So again, I'm going to work with the side of my pencil. My neck is round, so I want to create round curvatures. I'm really emphasizing them here for you to see this. I want to work much more subtle as I create this. again, blending with my finger, really rounding it out. I can clean up this edge. I don't want to create a harsh outline or a dark heavy outline, but I do want to clean the edge and the shape of my chin up. And then work with that value so it starts to come in off and around the neck. I can lighten areas up if I feel like they look too dark with my eraser, creating some highlights and brighter spots. Now, right now it looks really strange, and I know that. In order to continue and to make things in the face start to make more sense and they don't look so frightening as they do now, we want to start to get the hair drawn. Now, the hair does not get colored. It is actually drawing individual lines. Look at yourself in a mirror, take a photo of yourself and look at it, and look at all of the lines and all of the direction that your hair moves. And you're going to try to draw all of those lines. So my hair has this part, and it comes down from that part along my face. My hair is in here underneath or closer to my neck. It's going to be much darker because I'm not going to have as much light able to hit it. And here's the initial drawing of that side of the hair. Over here, I kind of part it this way, and my hair moves over, down. Again, in here by my neck, it's much darker as it comes down, and these areas kind of come over. Get some more movement in here. And I like how I can show some of those different movements. Like here, this hair is going over this hair just by drawing those lines and trying to draw as many of those individual strands of the hair that I can. I'm going to come in with a few darker lines to really emphasize some of those movements, get some darks and lights happening within my hair. I want to clean up the eyes just a little bit. They're a little bit very too bright. I'm going to kind of shade in here where I created that eyelid. Come in here and get that shadow coming off the nose. Just gonna look up in there. Create the shape of it. And then eyelashes. So remember, we curve up and out. Of the eye. I'm just adding a few. The bottom are much smaller, much shorter. Adding a few just to show where they exist. And with this, I'm basically done. I can come in, I can work in this mouth a little bit. Maybe I want to create a little bit more of a shadow in here. Maybe I want a bit of a highlight across here because the light's gonna hit the underneath here where it's curving, might be a little bit darker. Whatever I can do to make that mouth look more round, make things look blended. My final step is adding my glasses because I wear them all the time. They're an essential part of my face. If you wear glasses sometimes and want to include them, great. If you don't want to include them, that's up to you. If I've drawn it correctly, my glasses fit almost as they would on my face because the size of this is so well done. If I'm having a hard time and I can't figure out the shape of them, sometimes, and the light's not working in the right direction in here, if we find the right shadow, it helps us get them, but the light's not going to work out so well for me in this room. So I'm just going to put them up here so I can see the shape of them, And I'm going to start to add my glasses. I've done this so many times, and I used to have a different style of glasses. So a lot of times I catch myself drawing the glass style that I used to have because I had that same shaped frame for so long that it's just ingrained in my memory. And my hair often comes over the tops of my glasses, so I can keep that side light where we would see it through. And there is my self-portrait, glasses added, value. I should have approximately 5 values or more. So if I were to hold a value scale up, I would find a value right here. This value and this value are very similar, so that would be my darkest value. In here, I've got at least 3 values happening in the hairline. And all of these lighter tones bring me to 4, 5, and probably 6 values in this picture. Once I'm complete, if I want to autograph it, I can do so in the bottom right corner. And then you should upload them to Artsonia, complete your artist statement, explain what went well, what things you could change or improve. And I would like a general summary of how you think you did this year in art, since this is your last project.